Hey, and welcome back to the A24 podcast. Before this conversation, Nathan Fielder and Alexa Demie were fans of each other's work, but had never actually met. By the end of it, they were discussing the existence of God and whether there are portals to other realms. You might be wondering why we felt compelled to set up this meeting, let alone record it. But after listening, we think you'll understand.
No one's getting fucking canceled today.
Hello. Hi. My name is Alexa Demie, and I'm here with the icon and legend himself, Nathan Fielder.
That's nice of you to say, Alexa.
It's true.
So this is just us talking, and we are, I guess, risking our lives to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
is it worth it? Probably.
I would say yes.
Yeah, so far
I
it's
would say
going
yes.
good.
It's been, we took all precautions. We got tested. The room was cleaned for 4.5 hours.
Right. A DJ was in the room
The night before, which is
we were
scary.
told. I guess this is as safe as you can be, although the tests are not fully reliable. So
I like to think that they are.
But A24 was very clear they didn't want to do this outdoors because they were worried about a helicopter.
But the
audio quality is going to be great. Yeah.
We're 6 feet apart right now, for anyone wondering.
Yeah. Well, probably 4 feet. Yeah. I'm a little nervous, but it's okay. Yeah, we're doing great.
Yeah, I'm nervous too.
So Alexa, tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Nathan.
So you're an actress, or do you prefer actor?
You can say whatever you want. I do many things. I don't like to just be called an actor.
I'm sorry if I offended you off the bat, because so I know you.
You know me as an actor. You haven't seen the other things that I've done.
I've seen you. I've seen all of Euphoria.
Oh, you have.
And you're brilliant.
You don't have
in
to
the
say
show.
that.
No. You're very good in the show.
Did you like the show?
Yes. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
What was your favorite part?
It really gives me a sense of like what high school is like now.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic.
It wasn't like that. Does that reflect your experience in high school?
Honestly, no, because I was never a cheerleader. I didn't really go to a lot of parties. I was quite a loner in high school, and yeah, I just kept to myself. And then in, I think like 11th grade, I started a sunglass business.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just kind of was focused on that. And yeah, so that wasn't my high school experience at all.
Did you feel like it reflected the experience of people? Because it seems like, in the show, people are having sex with old men.
Yeah.
And there's like people pull out knives at each other. And then there's like, you kind of ruin that chili contest or whatever. You like ruin the vibe there.
Yeah, I ruined the vibe by calling his mother a cunt.
Right. Yeah. And that's like, it feels like a very dramatic portrayal of high school, but it also makes you are like, oh, is this how it is for some people, or no, do you think not?
I think it could be that way for some people. I think some people could definitely be hooking up with old men and pulling knives out. I hope not.
But not for you.
For me.
It's also a testament to you as a performer, because when I watch that show, I'm like, oh, she's definitely exactly like that.
I don't think I am, and I hope I'm not.
Well, now that I've met you, I've known that you're not like that.
No.
But I think that's what a good, when you're a good actor, you can't tell, because that's the first thing. Well, no, I saw you were in my friend Kyle's movie.
Yeah, that was like a tiny part though.
Right. Brigsby Bear.
Yeah.
Which is great. And you were in a movie, Waves, which I've seen and very much enjoyed. But you were saying, now when I mentioned you're an actor, you kind of balked at that. So you do a lot of stuff that sunglasses and other stuff I'm sure that I don't know about. So what are those things?
Well, in high school, I started a sunglass line. I just went downtown LA and I got like a box of wholesale plain sunglasses. And then I got a bunch of jewels and things and I started decorating them. And my friend worked at a store on Melrose owned by this really nice Japanese man. And she showed him the sunglasses. He showed his partner in Japan and he ended up like making an order. So I remember I stayed up for like 3 nights just like making all these sunglasses with these like tiny little gems on them.
This is like a real operation. It was
a real operation. Yeah. My boyfriend at the time, his mom would like just drink coffee and stay up with me and she'd give me coffee and I made that order. I needed that money.
How much did you make?
Like a couple $1,000, which was a lot for me. It was a lot for me. I was like, whoa, I'm rich. And he sold them at his boutique in Japan for a lot of money. And they just got really popular. Like I ended up...
Was there a brand name?
Yeah, they were called the Mainframes or Mainframe. Mainframe.
That's cool.
Yeah. And like this huge artist over there, G-Dragon, he wore them. They made a doll of him like wearing them. And then like, I don't know, J-Lo and Nicki Minaj and all these people wore them. And so I was traveling a lot to Japan and Taiwan and all these places and to show the glasses at like trade shows and stuff like that. And then I started like going into really designing them, but that came to a stop because I then realized like I wasn't getting paid at all to do any of this. I didn't know anything about business. I just enjoyed flying to Japan.
You were being taken advantage of, business-wise.
Yeah. So I kind of had a meeting with them and I was like, hey, should I get paid? And then we kind of just stopped.
Because they said no. They didn't want to pay.
I don't remember like specifics, but we just stopped, which was fine.
And you stopped making them all together?
Yeah. I mean, it was just like a hobby.
Were you acting at the time too in high school?
Trying. I've been trying to act since I was really little. But I remember my mom took me to like an acting class when I was a kid, and I just thought it was really stupid because they would make us act like a gas pump. Like you're a gas pump and you're pumping the gas. Like it just was really silly. So I stopped going. But yeah, I kind of always been trying to pursue it in my own way. And then
so it was like just kind of posing like objects was the acting program?
Yeah. Which like I would have enjoyed if we were acting like animals or something. But the gas pump thing really just like threw me off.
Could you do it?
I mean, you just stand there.
But I guess you have to kind of put your arm like a spout or something. Yeah. I don't understand the theory. You're right. Because I do remember when I was young, they would have you do animals, like be animals.
Yeah, I would have loved that.
Yeah, it's actually not that fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I think for some, maybe it would be.
I would just like to be like
fun.
A jaguar or a leopard or something.
Right. And is that something that you did on your own, or did you need kind of a teacher to tell you to do it, or like
being a jaguar or a leopard, or just acting in general?
If you were like, oh, I would have liked to be a jaguar, would you have done that in your at home in your bedroom or something?
Yeah, I do it all. I'd still do it.
You still do it?
Yeah, I'd just crawl around my house.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Just for what?
Because I enjoy it. I enjoy the feeling of crawling around the house like a leopard.
Really?
Yeah.
What time of day do you do it?
Usually nighttime.
Because that's when they come out?
That's when it comes out, yeah.
And then so you'll just feel it and you'll be...
literally just like...
Will you be watching TV or something?
No.
So you'll be... What will you be doing?
I don't have a TV.
Eating dinner or... And
no.
Then you feel... When do you feel that and then go onto the ground?
Probably after dinner, kind of late night.
And then do you have a destination, or you're just kind of like,
No destination.
is it therapeutic in some way? Or?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I just go where my body takes me. It just feels really good to move that way.
And how long do you do it for?
Depends on the night. Could be 10 minutes, could be 30 minutes.
Wow.
I do a lot of performance art in my living room.
Just by yourself?
By myself, or if I have guests over, for them.
Huh. It's kind of like making me realize that I actually don't, like, when I have like a private alone time, I actually don't do anything like that. But I'm now thinking like, maybe I am missing out by not like moving or doing things in ways that I would never do in front of other people because I'd be embarrassed.
I think you're
not
missing
that it's
out.
embarrassing to be like a jaguar, but I'm saying like,
You have 2
maybe
cats.
I always operate like I think I'm being watched or something. I don't know. I'm just realizing now.
Just close your blinds or your curtains, because I think like that too. I always think someone's like lurking in my window and they're gonna like take me. But
Oh, I don't
you just
have
close
that.
the. Okay, yeah, I have a trauma. But you can just. No one's watching you, so
I know. I guess I should. It's worth trying, or just moving in ways.
Just try.
Like, yeah.
Could be
I think-
any animal.
I think it would be healthy for me probably to.
I think a bird would suit you.
Because isn't it an acting thing they normally say? Like I remember when I did acting stuff, they're like, you have an essence as an animal.
Yeah.
Like there's an animal that you.
Did they tell you what your essence was?
They probably like skipped over me because they were like.
Do you want me to tell you?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm reading hawk or owl.
Or a hawk or an owl.
Yeah, I think
interesting.
Flapping would be really good for you.
Like just doing this.
Like do it as strong and as fast as you can one night.
Why hawk or owl?
Why I don't know.
bird?
That's just what I'm like getting.
Right.
Do you not like that?
No. I just that. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't think that jaguar would suit me. Something like that, probably.
I'm getting like you need a lot of upper body movement.
I need more of that.
Yeah, to just release some energy.
Yeah, probably because I'm like gripping my leg right now. Now I'm like super self-conscious about how I'm sitting.
No. I think it's hawks and owls are beautiful. They're magical. I think you should just embrace that.
Okay, maybe I'll try looking up a YouTube video of them and then just copying that. Okay, yeah. I will try that. I will try that.
Do it.
Seriously, I will.
Do it. So what would you do in your acting class? Or when did you start acting class?
I guess when I was a kid, I liked acting. I don't remember, but I did it young, but I was like, one of the things is I can't sing. So when you're young, I think there's a lot of acting and singing that are like combined, you know?
Really?
Well, musical theater and stuff like that. So I would want to try things that were fun or funny to me, but I think they had a formal process where they would do these musicals, and that was kind of the big thing in high school. So they would actually, I remember someone telling me like, can you just sing quieter than everyone else?
No.
Yeah.
That's a bad teacher.
But
so how did
we
you
did get to do it like a play in high school.
Oh,
like
you did?
we wrote our own play, me and 2 friends, and
oh, nice.
we put that on in grade 12, and that was really fun.
And
But
what
I'm
was
not,
the
like-
play?
It was called Yellow Squash.
And what was it about? And who was your character?
It was about a scientist who invented an invisible suit, and the cops throw him in an insane asylum. They arrest him. He was living in a library, so they arrest him, and they throw him in an insane asylum because they think he's crazy because he said he invented the invisible suit. But then the cops actually find the invisible suit and
How
start.
if it's invisible?
I think you could see it, but then when you put it on, it made you invisible.
Okay, got it.
And then they basically used it to commit crimes, the cops, and then
Wow, you were thinking ahead.
the scientists kind of rallied people in the insane asylum together to escape and then take the cops down. And I was one of the cops. Actually, we played multiple characters. So I was a cop, but also someone in the insane asylum. But no one really told us in the play how to do...
Combat?
No.
Oh,
I know.
sorry,
I just
I got
put my hand into
excited.
fist. Well, no one told us how to do anything really. So to transition from one scene to another, we didn't know like you could have sets on stage at the same time and just change the lighting.
Yeah.
So we literally moved our set out
During
like,
the show.
So a scene would end and a scene would be like 3 minutes long, and then there would be 10 minutes of moving the set out and moving the new one in with just music playing, because that's how we thought to do it. It's really.
Why was it called Yellow Squash?
We just thought it'd be funny if it had a name that had nothing to do with it, but then one character says yellow squash as a metaphor at one point, and then we thought it'd be funny to just name it that for no reason.
Love that.
So did you do, but I don't know, I'm not like really, I've never been good at doing you're like a real actor, because you, I think, can take like the character you play is not like you, but you can kind of just take it and be so convincing. But I'm not as much like that. I feel like I'm just like,
I think you are, though.
but I can do basically me in little ways, but I'm not like, I can't disappear
into your character.
I actually feel like my skills are more in like directing and editing, so I can like use those tools to make myself look like I can perform.
Because you direct the show.
Yeah.
Nathan, for you.
Yeah.
And how did you make that show? That show is the best show I've ever seen.
That's nice of you to say.
It's true.
Well,
how did
we
you
just
think
figured
of
it out.
Like, what sparked the idea?
I guess I started making stuff right when YouTube came out, so I put like videos online and I taught myself how to direct and edit just through figuring it out. And then someone on a show in Canada called This Hour is 22 Minutes saw my stuff and they hired me, but they were like, it's like The Daily Show a little bit, but so they said, we want you to do interviews with real people, and I had never done that before. So
but you are good at this.
Well, I got thrown into it,
yeah.
and but it was only like 2.5 minute segments or 3 minute segments. So it was really short. So I kind of figured out a little bit of the vibe there, and then kind of was like, oh, maybe I could do something longer. Because
you would interview them and troll them?
I don't know about troll or just like, I don't know. I guess I would try to make like funny interviews. I just wanted to do something like funny. But I did notice, because they would show the show to a live audience, so people would sometimes laugh at things that I didn't intend to be funny, just about my, like, how I was acting.
How did that make you feel?
Bullied? No. I mean, it made me feel just like, well, I mean, maybe in a way you're kind of like, oh, okay, I guess that's funny about me, or people find that part of me funny. So I'm kind of, maybe it teaches you when you screen stuff, it kind of teaches you about maybe yourself as a performer, what's funny about that,
and now how you're so good at, like, you know exactly what to do or say and to get a laugh. No,
I don't know what to do or say, but it's all kind of an experiment. But that's why I think, like, I know I can cut out stuff that doesn't work, and I'll talk to people in ways, but I'm not like, if someone's like, here's a script and you're playing this character and audition for this or something.
Would you not do it? Well,
I used to do it, but then it was so embarrassing every time I did it that I
the audition?
Yeah, I'm like,
well, auditions are terrible. No one likes, I'm embarrassed auditioning.
Well, I'm sure you're very good at it.
No, I would get like incredibly nervous, like shaking before I go in.
And what is it about the auditioning thing that
you walk in a room and these people are sitting there like just ready to judge you, and they're usually assholes, and they like to be assholes because they have a lot of power. So they're just, I mean, not every casting director is an asshole. But you know, they're sitting there and it's just kind of like, well, okay, show me what you got. You know, and some days, like, maybe you had a really bad day, or maybe couldn't find parking and you're really flustered, or maybe someone in the waiting room is really anxious and you feel good, but they're anxious, so then you feel anxious. And then there's a lot to it, but I think what I got better at it because I went to so many that it just became like routine, you know, and you do it enough times that
so
you're
you
just
stop
like
caring, or you stop being afraid.
I kind of got to the point where I was like, I'm over this and I kind of don't even want to do this anymore. And then that's obviously, everyone always says like, when you're ready to quit, something happens. But like, it's kind of true.
You wanted to quit performing?
Auditioning, acting. Yeah.
Just because it was
because I wasn't booking anything ever. Ever.
Yeah.
And it was really hard, especially because I feel like a lot of the lead roles I would go out for like would go to like a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl. I mean, even for MARTY, I think some people saw her as that, you know, they didn't really see her as me. So I had to go in and like prove myself too.
So did people try to like say this is what roles you would be good for before that?
Kind of without saying it. I just don't think I would be typically looked at for like a lead role. Like you never see like a mixed or like a Latin girl as like a lead. Yeah, it was kind of hard and I was kind of over it, and I was over people saying no to me.
What changed it then?
Honestly, I feel like what really changed it was Euphoria. Because
The show or the emotion?
The show, just the euphoric emotion.
Did you feel like that role, like you were really able to do what you wanted as a performer?
Yeah, I just felt like there was a lot, like Sam Levinson, the creator of the show, he just allowed for a lot of collaboration. And so like even the look of my character and specifics, like her loving Sharon Stone in Casino, like that was from a conversation we had and me expressing my love for that character. I like to be in control of like the vision of it, like I'm just very specific.
Yeah.
So as an actor, it's hard sometimes because you just have to go do whatever everyone else wants you to do.
Do you write and produce your own stuff too?
Yeah, I do. I'm producing a few things right now and I'm writing, and eventually something will come out. But I'm
the same way. I feel like I like to
have the control, right?
I kind of feel like, because I've also done things where I'm just a performer, and it never like in my head I'm kind of always thinking, oh, someone else could do this better than me. I really like seeing through a thing from like the idea to like through the edit. The edit's kind of my favorite part.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you edit yourself?
I used to, but now I have people that can do it way better.
Oh my God, I've tried to edit. I can't edit. I can edit, but I can't. I'm too indecisive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, but it can go this way and it can go this way and this can happen here. And so I know what I want it to all look like, beginning, middle, and end. But I feel like if I'm the one sitting there editing, that could just go on for like years.
I definitely understand. I guess the thing about the edit that I like, that's when you know it works or something. So when you make something work in the edit, you know you have it, versus up until that point, it's a little abstract. Even on set, you can think it went well, but you kind of don't know until you feel it watching it through. So I feel like being in the edit is like, that's kind of, yeah. And I also think because I started
You get off on the edit.
I get off, but not like sexually, just like emotional.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I meant.
Yeah. No, of course. And I, just in case you didn't mean that, that's the only reason I kind of specified that it wasn't sexual.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah.
But
would you, if presented the opportunity to be the lead of a film, like a dramatic film, would you do it? If you loved the script.
I actually think drama maybe more than comedy, because I think with comedy I have such a strong opinion about how to do it, but with drama I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna put this together really.
I feel like you'd be an incredible dramatic actor, like a Cassavetes or something.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite like filmmakers or films or?
I mean, I guess I went through this phase where it's like I kind of like watched all like the classic, like I was not aware in high school of like anything, and then when I was out in Halifax shooting that show, I like caught up on all of them. Like I started like 12 Angry Men, like Cassavetes' whole catalog.
Obsessed.
And Yeah, I think that also watching those at a time when I was figuring out like actually making stuff on a show, I think really kind of played into like, because I think I experimented with all those styles kind of early on, because I'm not like, I have friends that had a formal film school education, and I think they were more like, there was just so much more of a formal process, it seemed, in how they did things. Like, you need a big crew, you need to spend the proper money on everything. And I considered maybe going at one point, but because I was just truly like figuring it out, like I didn't even know how to frame a shot. And so I was watching like reality TV shows in my like dorm room in college, and I was like, okay, so that's kind of where the head is, because a lot of the other framing just seems so sophisticated, very intimidated by like all the like stylized stuff, and I just wanted to know like, how is a head supposed to look? And it's not
in the shot,
because it's not in the center normally. You know what I mean? It's like it's a little off to the side kind of. And even just basic things like, how much of someone's eyes are you supposed to see? So I did actually
what
kind
did
of
you learn
learn
about
from, like,
eyes?
you want to see them.
Yeah.
You want to see both the eyes, because I learned at that point a lot of emotion is conveyed through eyes.
Yes.
I learned that in my 20s. And I don't know. I kind of feel as though I'm like constantly figuring out new stuff, but I'm also, maybe there's a benefit in a way to just doing that, because when you fail really hard.
Yeah.
And it's really bad, but then
But
you
you
figure
have
out a new
to,
way of
yeah.
doing things maybe too sometimes.
Well, when you're doing Nathan for you, do you feel like you're very present and like grounded in who you are as like a human being, as like Nathan Fielder, or do you feel like you lose yourself a little bit in this like version of yourself?
Yeah, usually when the show is like, we're done filming a season, I need to almost take like 3 full months to kind of get my personality back, because it's not so extreme. It's just I do feel like my tendency in a real conversation is to make it okay, and I don't want you to feel uncomfortable or something. So, but in the show, I wouldn't correct that.
Yeah.
Like, I would just let
Yes.
that failure hang, and from an outside viewer, it would be funny.
Yes.
The failure, but like for me in the moment, I'm sitting with like that discomfort, and
Which is acting.
you end up, maybe you kind of end up like hardening yourself a little to the person you're across. And in like, if you're doing that 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
it does like chip, like I did need to like reset.
What do you do to
little.
reset? We know you don't do any body movements.
Yeah, so I basically just sit in a chair for 3 months, and I don't know, I guess I'll just spend time with friends, or I don't know, just try to live life outside of production.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like I basically have one acting technique, and I don't even know if it's a technique, but it's basically just like, I'll put myself in situations that are genuinely hard for the real me to do, and I'll just try my hardest to do it. And that's like basically it. And because then I don't have to pretend really I'm bad at something, I'm just actually trying my best. And I think for me, that is like social interactions a lot. That's why I think that's, like I'm able to do it, because I genuinely do like flub and mess things up in that way.
I don't think you give yourself enough credit. Like you're saying, you're a real actor and I'm just being a version of myself. But like, as a real, whatever that even means, actor, like you are just bringing out versions of yourself. Like, I'm sure there's a part of me that is, Maddie, or the part of me that is, maybe I don't act like that in my day-to-day life, but like it's in there somewhere and you just pull it out. And
so what were you channeling when you called her a cunt at the chili contest? What were you channeling?
I honestly think of a lot of personal stuff. Like I think of a lot of experiences I've had in my life. Like I think I get too personal, which I need to learn not to do because it kind of messes me up a little bit as a person.
What do you mean?
Like I just get too emotionally involved in the character, and I tie it into like my real life or things traumas I've experienced, even if it's not the same trauma that Maddie was experiencing. Like I look back at that trauma and I kind of think like, how can I make that her trauma in this way, which brings up a lot of old shit, which messes me up. So I want to learn not to do that so much.
When does it mess you up? Do you feel like when you're actually performing it,
no,
or after? So maybe it's similar. Yeah, maybe it is a similar thing, because
I think
it is after
yeah.
that I'm like,
yeah, you're fucked up and you have to just kind of find ways to like be somewhat happy again. And yeah, I want to learn to not do that.
but don't you feel like that is maybe what makes your performance so compelling?
Yeah, but I think it'd be interesting to try to make it compelling without doing that.
And do you know actors that do it that way?
Yeah, I know actors that are very like, they just make shit up that like it's never happened to them before. I mean, there's imagination in my work to some extent, but like when it's like an emotional scene, I do get very personal. But I know some actors that they don't get that. Like personally
for
involved.
Example, like you can probably, I keep speculating. I should just ask you rather than saying you could.
No, go ahead.
But it's just because I'm like impressed by you as a performer that I assume you can do these things. But like in a script, you see a script and it says you need to cry in this scene. Like you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't do that. Like,
but that's okay. I don't think you always have to cry. And I think there's been scenes or there's times where it says cry, but it's actually more powerful not to cry or to hold it back.
what do you do to bring yourself to that?
Cry?
Yeah.
I think of my traumas. I think of the shit that's happened to me in my life that makes me cry. Or I listen to a song that makes me cry.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, usually I think of something personal and then I relate it to my character and then I listen to a song, and that could really get me going.
You do this right before you perform?
Yeah.
And then you just go, and do you kind of say to the director that you need that space before to get into? Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I just did a film recently that's not out yet that I had to cry. Like I had to start off really happy and then cry. That was really hard. I also pray a lot.
What does your prayer look like?
Like I just say, God, please let these tears come out. Like, well, specifically for that film, it was a very small role and I didn't audition, so that was really nerve-wracking. Like showing up on set, what if I can't do that? Like, you know. So I don't know. Spirit was with me and I cried every time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you have to stop and do multiple takes.
Wow. We did a lot of takes.
Wow. That
was a challenge, but I got through it. Do you cry?
In my real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, doesn't
it's
everyone?
It's good to cry. Yeah, I love crying.
How often do you cry in real life?
I would say like once a month I have like a chaotic breakdown where I can't breathe.
And what about smaller cries?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like I cry, like the kindness of strangers is my weakness. So the other day, for example, there was a car flipped over in the middle of the road and all of these cars just like sped up and parked in the middle of the street and they were all running out to help this guy get out of his car. And I just started sobbing.
I mean, that's like, that's a tragedy. That's not all. That's like,
well, he was okay, but it was just like, yeah, it was his car being flipped over, but it was also everyone's instinct was to like stop what they're doing immediately and go help, which is our instinct.
Actually, yeah, that is, one of the weirdest cries I had that I don't know where it came from fully. I was watching a movie. I don't normally like.
I thought you were gonna say watching Euphoria.
No, but almost maybe.
No. I just go ahead.
I'm sorry
No,
if
it's
you're
okay.
expecting a
Yeah, I
compliment
was,
and I
but-
didn't give it to you.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I'm sure in the future, watching your work, or maybe the second season, I might cry.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this movie that wasn't. I don't know if it was a big hit or not. I don't know. I
What
don't know
was it called?
It's called What Maisie Knew. So it's
Watching
basically it's from a kid's. This is my memory of it, so I might get it wrong if someone who made it is listening. But it was like, I saw it with my friend. It was about a kid whose parents were going through a divorce, but it was all shot from like the kid's point of view, kind of. You know, really focus on the kid's reaction when the kid is left alone. You're sitting with the kid, and then at the end, it kind of. I mean, it's an old movie. Can you? I don't know.
Go ahead.
Is it okay to say
Yeah.
like the end of a movie?
Yeah, say it.
I mean, if
I want
people
to know.
Well, I think basically these like people that helped out the parents that were getting divorced ended up like taking care of the kid because the parents were so problematic. So it's kind of like this. It was like a nice ending of like the kindness of just people. And at the end of the movie, it cut to credits, and I just like burst out crying, but like in a really intense way, where I actually, when I was walking out of the theater, I had to like lean on a wall, and my friend was like, "Are you okay? Like, what is?" And I'm like, I was like laughing while crying because I was like, I don't know why I'm crying. My parents are not divorced. I didn't have like a childhood that I could like. It's not like it was. I was
You're
trying
just
to make.
empathetic.
I don't know, but I've watched other movies and I've never had.
But it was a kid.
I've never. Yeah, I mean, they did a good job. I mean, it was really.
Maybe that
kind of-
kid was like just stunning performance.
Yeah, I remember it being.
I had an experience where I laughed. I cried so hard in a theater I laughed
Really?
because I was embarrassed. I was crying.
What movie?
It was fuck. He has cancer. Joseph Gordon.
Oh,
50-50.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just started sobbing uncontrollably in the theater and I started laughing because I was embarrassed.
And then you left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think also because
It comes out of nowhere, you know?
I think like it's maybe more just, it's probably weirder, or it shouldn't be, but to me it feels weirder if I'm a guy and I'm crying
Why?
all the time in public. Probably based on just
Society?
how you're. Yeah, maybe. I don't. But like,
It's so healthy to cry, though.
there's definitely moments where it's like I feel like I might, but then I'll pull it in.
See? That would be a beautiful performance.
Sure, and I wish I could do that.
You can.
I mean, this is you. You believe in me a lot. It
I
feels
do.
I mean, I might cry based on your kindness.
Cry. It's really healthy to cry. But I do feel like you could do, and I'd love to see you in a dramatic film.
Thank you for believing in me. I'm not very good at taking compliments. So
Me either. That's why every time you said one, I'm quiet.
But you're expecting a compliment.
No,
earlier.
no.
Okay.
It was a joke. It didn't land.
So you were saying you pray a lot. Were you raised religious?
I mean, my grandma and my aunts, they were always really religious, but my mom she's just more spiritual. But yeah, I mean, my stepdad's dad was Christian, and so they would force us to go to church, and I hated it. I'm not religious like that. I'm just spiritual. I just believe in a God, which is in all of us, and angels and fairies and aliens.
What does that represent to you?
I just think they're beautiful, and I love Jesus, but not as a Christian or a Catholic person.
Just like as like a hot guy?
No, just as like a human being who sacrificed a lot and who was like a messenger.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm more just like, I'm not religious like that.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Do you believe in a
higher
power?
I was raised Jewish.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Like I went to a Jewish elementary school where they really, you do like Bible every morning, or like Torah studies.
Did you like that?
It was just kind of like that was the world I was in. I just kind of I don't really know what I can't tell. I do enjoy like the cultural kind of aspect, the social aspect of it and stuff.
What's the social aspect of
well, like
it?
there's the holidays where you're with your family and it's a reason for everyone to get together and you go through the traditions of it. But I actually don't know really what to believe in terms of God or all. Like I just don't know. I feel like I'm just I'm not equipped. But I also really like, if you do believe strongly in God, I also totally understand that.
But have you not had like a moment in your life? Like, have you not ever like struggled so hard, or like something really terrible happened and then like you lose all faith and you're like, what is life? And then something happens that just makes you believe in something.
Yeah, I guess it's just,
it's okay if you haven't. I didn't mean to word it that way, but
I mean, I think there's like a grounding of just like being Jewish and having that experience or like belief system that's always just kind of there. And I understand like the purpose it serves. But I think this is getting a little maybe beyond what I can articulate. And I know I introduced this subject matter. So it's like now I feel a little bit like I don't know how to articulate.
Like, okay, so if you're working on a project and everything is going wrong, do you feel like that is your
fault? Yes.
Okay. And do you feel like you can turn it around with like switching your mindset or like trusting in a higher power? Like, is there...
I usually think I gotta figure it out.
You're more logical.
Probably.
What's your sign?
Taurus.
Okay.
I'm like, apparently it's like whatever the date is. It's
You're
like,
a cusp.
I'm double or triple or whatever.
You're a triple Taurus?
Double or maybe one of the two. What is it? What does that mean? Like,
honestly,
it just means like you're kind of bullheaded.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know I just think it's interesting when people are triple or double the sign that they are. But I don't know. Everyone says Taurus are stubborn.
Yeah,
I think of Taurus. I mean, yeah, you're more logical.
What's the Taurus trait that you've heard like that?
I just hear the word Taurus and I automatically think like they're more logical.
Yeah, I would say that's like definitely a theme with me. I think so. I mean,
so like you wouldn't, if I was like, Nathan, we're gonna go into this fairy portal.
Fairy portal? What does that mean? Like a terminal?
Like a portal, like an energetic vortex, like an energetic portal that like allows spirits from other realms to come through to Earth. Like if I was like, we're entering here, we're leaving
the Earth? Or are we?
If I was just like, we're going to go into a fairy portal, would you immediately be like, fairies don't exist, there's no portals, like whatever, this is just like a place? Or would you be like, oh?
No, I would just, I think I would want to know when we're coming back and like what's going to happen when we're there.
Okay.
But I don't think I would doubt the idea that fairies were real.
Okay.
Maybe if I saw the portal.
I have a picture of one that was caught on my camera in my backyard. I'll show it to you later.
Really?
Yeah.
A real fairy?
Mm-hmm.
How?
They like spaces that are very like lush. Like if you have a lot of trees and plants and flowers. So yeah, I caught one.
Are you talking about mosquitoes?
That's really disrespectful to the fairy realm, but
I don't know enough about it to
I'll show
offend.
you. I'll show you after. Yeah, you have a cat, 2 cats.
How do you know this?
Because I was being prepped for this and I was sent a video of you giving a tour of your home.
Who prepped you? Why didn't I get prepped?
Because she asked your team, does Nathan need to be prepped? And they said, no, he is prepared to speak to Alexa, which scared me.
Well, I mean, I just feel like, oh, well, we should just talk. And
yeah, I mean, honestly, I just watched 2 videos.
And so what I was giving a tour about my cats?
You were giving a tour of your house, which wasn't really a tour. It was just like a tour of your hemorrhoid suppositories. And you were yelling at your cat.
Oh, that was, I did this like Zoom college, like
Reddit? Was it with Reddit?
No, it was for this college, University of Washington, I think. Mm-hmm. And then they had me talk to a professor over Zoom as like thing, and then some. I mean, that's
You planted those there, or do you really have those there?
I mean, I put them there for the joke, but
yeah, that's what I mean.
I guess I did have them.
Okay. But yeah, you were talking about your cat, and Jackie was the crazy one.
But my hemorrhoids aren't they're not
that bad.
No, and they're not even there. It's
they're not there anymore.
Or it's kind of, comes, I don't even know actually if I probably don't have hemorrhoids. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's just, you probably don't have them, right? You just had that there for safety. Some people just have things in their house, just in case.
Yeah, I think, and I come to think of it, it could have been the previous homeowner who left them. Now that I'm really thinking it through, because I guess I don't have them. Yeah.
Yeah, or a guest for guests. It's nice to have things like that for guests, like an emergency kit.
Yeah, that is a benefit. Yeah. To kind of have that.
But you were saying Jackie was the crazy cat.
Yes, Jackie. I think she's maybe mentally ill.
What does she look like?
She's gray.
Is she big or small?
She's small. She's been kind of throwing up half her meals lately. I don't
Is she okay?
She had a urinary thing that I took her to the vet for a little bit ago, but I don't. She kind of, when I bring her outside, she'll eat grass nonstop, and then she'll throw it up. Oh yeah,
they throw it up.
But she will yell if you're not in the same room, she'll just yell nonstop. So does
my cat.
Oh really?
Yeah, if if I'm not in the same room, or if I have the door closed, he's screeching, and then I just open the door and he just runs around like a maniac.
Yeah, I think they just want to be where you are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not really a cat person, but I've kind of grown to love them.
So why do you have them?
Because I inherited them from a
previous relationship. Yeah. Well,
but
it's good of you to keep them.
There was a point where, because we were just fostering them at first, and we had the understanding that they were gonna be adopted after, but we got them when they were little, really little. And
did you feed them with a bottle? Did you rub them to make them go pee and poop?
Like a tinfoil ball, they play with and stuff. But then, so at a certain point, it came time the thing was up, and it's time to send them off.
How do you do that? I could never do that.
Well, that's the thing. When the people came, I was like,
you were
they're
get
not
the
going.
fuck out.
I was like, they're not going with that.
Maybe they were really down and out and emotionally needed a friend, which were the cats.
No, that wasn't the vibe I got from them. It felt reckless, and I was like, no. And then
your father instincts kicked in.
I kept them, and but you know what? They make me laugh every day.
Yeah.
Because they're so funny in how annoying they are.
Yeah.
And so.
Do you get on the floor and play with them? I lick my cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lick the top of his head so that, because the moms will do that. Because I found him in my backyard. Eyes weren't even open yet. And I want him to just feel like he's having, the full experience of his cat mom.
Well, mine are brother and sister, so they lick each other. Actually, it's mainly just Rocket licking Jackie. Jackie doesn't really lick back. I think
Nathan. You have a new show on HBO. Can you tell us about it?
Well, there is a show. I'm not the best promoter, but I'm producing a show for this New York filmmaker named John Wilson, who kind of does these first-person documentaries that are really funny and also sad. And I was a fan of his stuff, and I asked him if he wanted to make a show, and I've been helping him make it. So this is my first kind of thing, just doing a producer thing.
How do you like that?
I feel like I get really invested in whatever I'm even if it's supposed to be, I could not be as involved. I get attached to it, and I want to help or pitch ideas. And
if you weren't, then that would mean you don't really care about it.
Yeah, so it's the experience overall has been very. I think the show's great. I'm really curious to see what people think about it.
Is it done? Will it be out soon?
It's done. It's almost done.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just finishing remote editing. And so
Should be
Alexa,
really
tell
good.
me, when is season 2 of Euphoria? When can the fans expect that?
The fans will be waiting a really long time.
Really? But it's going to be made, right?
It will be made eventually
Mm-hmm.
at some point.
Now, which character in Euphoria would you most likely be friends with in real life?
I don't want to say that because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
But they're just characters.
I'd be friends with all of them.
Even the bad guy
Who's a bad guy?
isn't like your boyfriend is like a bad guy, right?
He's just like misunderstood.
Oh, okay. Because I think
He's a bad guy.
No, okay, he's misunderstood.
No, Maddie would say he's misunderstood. He does a great job playing that character, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone in it is great. I think it's.
What was your favorite episode? 5?
That one had the best kind of like mise en scène.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
And so what's next for you? What, like, when you're like 70 years old, like what type of roles do you want to be playing? Where do you see yourself in 50 years?
I just hope I get to play a role like Jenna Rollins in Woman Under the Influence.
And that would be like the old person role.
I mean, it doesn't have to be that old, but that would be, I like kind of crazy. That's why I like Sharon Stone in Casino.
Mm-hmm.
I like really like chaotic. Like I'd really love to play like just like the most chaotic version of myself. It could be subtle but crazy, you know?
When was the last time you did something where you were like, oh, I didn't think I was capable of that? Like, when's the last time your real self surprised yourself?
Honestly, the film where I had to be happy and then cry in the middle of it. Like,
So you were just impressed that you were a
I was
better actor than you thought you were.
I'm not going to say I was a better actor. I just was like, that was a challenge. That was a new challenge for me because I didn't have my usual, like, the scene didn't start emotional where you could get there. It was like, I'm excited. And then it went there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I probably did terrible in that role anyway, but at least I cried, you know?
What was that? That's not out yet? You're saying
No,
yeah.
it's called Mainstream. Gia Coppola directed it.
Well, and when can we look forward to that dropping?
I don't know. Probably next year.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't. In these times, we don't know what's happening.
And yeah, have you been okay during this these uncertain times?
Yeah, I've been okay. I've been up and down. I've had a lot of breakthroughs. I've become very internal during this time. I've cried a lot, and I've had a lot of fun too.
What were your breakthroughs?
We'd have to have like a whole other hour to talk about that. You know, because I think before this, I was working so much and just like going. And I kind of get obsessed with work and I just want to do that all day. And I had nothing to do for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine what one thinks about during that time.
Yeah. Well, I think this has been a success, right?
We're really good at this.
I think this has been, because I think we
love
both didn't
to
know
speak.
how it would go.
Yeah, I was really nervous.
We hadn't met before this,
Mhm.
and I do think this was
I feel like
a huge success.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thanks for listening. The A24 podcast is produced by us, A24. Special thanks to our editor, Tom Wyatt, and Robot Repair, who composed our theme.